Alrighty guys, one more sanding away from paint. Busted that out full 20 inches, 3 coats. This one here busted it out about 18 inches. It's on its 3rd coat. Same one here, 3 coats. Had to float that butt joint, that corner bead all in one, so that took 3 coats, but it's ready for a little light sanding and then paint. Went and taped along the top here instead of using trim, because the rest of the room doesn't have trim in it, so figured that would look better. Busted this joint out. It's on its 2nd coat. I got one more to go. It'll be a full 18, maybe 20 inches when I'm done. Did that one around the window, put a sill in, wrap the window with trim. Put a piece of trim up over the door that fit instead of a 1x2. Cut a piece from a 1x4. And then we just got a few holes that we need to go around and put some brown caulking in. All the patches are looking good. This room here is just a wipe down, vacuuming away from paint. Everything's been sanded except for that patch. And I can't remember, might have sanded that patch already, but it came out really nice. Both of these patches came out really good. And then, like I said, we got some screws to sink the rest of the way and put a little brown caulking in. They just kind of ran them in, used different screws. So if I run them in a little deeper and then caulk them, they'll look nice. But I got to get some brown caulk for that. So the last thing to do in here is to figure out what we want to do with that right there. I think it's going to be a sheet of drywall on the back. And then just some small shelves, like 3 small shelves in there, make it like sort of a knick-knack zone. But other than that, and then at the bottom, I'll probably just skim that all with drywall mud once the shelving is complete. Went ahead and trimmed around this window. Got a little bit of touch up that I did around there. Put another piece of baseboard in right there at the bottom to finish that off so it ties into the kitchen. And basically, we're one sanding and a nice wipe down and a vacuum away from painting this area. So it's about half the house done now. I got a kitchen, which doesn't really need a whole lot of drywall work, just some touch up. It's really kind of cut up, and most of it is just that backsplash there, which that'll only take a few minutes to go around and touch that up and sand it. And then kind of sand these cabinets down. Then all these cabinets here, they've just been used so much that the hinges are a little wonky, so just go around and adjust all the hinges so the cabinets close evenly. You see they're just loose. These all adjust right here. So basically you can just adjust them right there. And get all these cabinets to look right, give them a light sanding, and then hit them with some semi-gloss. If we can find a cheap stove, we'll put one in. If not, we'll just let the house, whoever buys the house, bring their own stove, and the same goes for a refrigerator. That's not a deal breaker. You know, you can get a used stove and refrigerator for about 500 bucks for both of them. In good shape. Dishwasher works, so that's good. As you can see, just a little bit of wonky stuff in the wall here. Got to pull out the nails and just go around and do a light touch up. And then, you know, nail any of these baseboards, nail them down that have come loose. When we go into here, this area is going to be a little bit of work because all the trim is gone from this door, so we'll end up needing to trim this entire door all the way around. So that looks nice. And some sort of white pine. That looks like crap, so we'll get rid of that. But this room already has trim around the top and it goes all the way, so no point in dealing with that. Still not sure what we're going to do up here. It might be more work than it's worth to drywall mud and tape this again, because it's never going to look good, because someone walked on this roof and dented the roofing and also pushed down all these joints. So well, when I get to it, I'll see, but you can see it's going to be a ton of work floating this out. Probably easily a half a bucket of mud. But you know, we got some other stuff to do like that right there, where I'm just going to kind of skim around that box, float that out, just to try to make it look nicer. But other than that, it's not too bad. Got a few joints, like this one here, where they just kind of left the edge without sanding. So I'll pull these nails, knock these in, fill them, and then probably just run a 6-inch knife along there, float that out. But this room looks like it's going to be mostly the ceiling being a problem in here. So we'll figure something out that looks nice. You never know, maybe even put some of those staple-on ceiling tiles in there. And then into this one. which is not too bad. It's not really a catastrophe of any kind. We need to work on making these boxes look correct and safe. Probably pull them out. And then this wall's gonna have to get painted because there's some mildew and mold in the wood, and it looks pretty bad. So I think probably the best thing to do in here would be to literally paint this T111 whatever color the room gets painted. And then I got a joint here and a joint here. They need to be pulled out 10 inches each way, like I did in the living room. They're not as bad as those in there. Those they should come out looking pretty good. Problem is they put their tape on upside down, so the tape, instead of shrinking into the joint, it poked out of the joint. The ceilings all look like just a slap coat of some cheap ceiling paint will look good, just some flat white. A little bit of repair in the corner there, maybe some caulking. Another kick spot where somebody kicked the wall. Just some general scraping. Whoever painted this room, I don't know, they must have had a bunch of crap in the paint because it's all embedded in the paint. So that's easy to go along with a 10-inch knife and just scrape all that out of the paint. And I got one joint down here underneath the electrical panel, so I'll have to fasten that down and tape it. This thing looks okay. I think if we just go ahead and give it a nice coat of paint to match the room or whatever trim color that the owner wants, we'll do that. And then we get to come in the bathroom and yeah, this will be fun. I got some white polyurethane paint, which is probably going to be the best thing to use for the trim and the inside of the shower here. And that's probably what I'll use to paint the inside of the other shower that's like that rust red color. That way they match. So, you know, putting a spoiler on a Honda, you know, lipstick on a pig, whatever you want to call it, but when it's all done, it'll be a nice, pleasant place for someone to live safely. And it'll be affordable too. And hopefully the owner can get his money back out of his investment here, and everybody will be happy. All right, see ya.